Some say there is a silver treasure hidden in the dark waters of the Mörrum river. They also claim that summertime is the right time to go treasure hunting. Well, that might be the case, but the summer fishing is not easy. Not easy at all, and the river can be very capricious to those who decide to try their luck in the quest for the silver treasure. Summer in Mörrum is normally equal to low water and high temperature, and that is really bad for fishermen in search for the elusive silver, the fresh round sea trout. But the summer of 15 was far from normal. After a short heat wave in the beginning of July, when the water temperature was skyrocketing, the weather suddenly changed, and the rest of July was actually one of the coldest ever. And that was good news for the treasure hunters. Fishing during the dark hours is usually the best way to catch sea trout in the summer, but a low water temperature made the fish go for it, even in broad daylight. Fish on! Yeah, tight line, feels good. Big jump right there. I think it was a 720. It's a fun fight. The fish is swimming back and forth, constantly changing direction. A glimpse of silver. Must be a fresh round sea trout. And what a beauty it was. Look at that fish. It's as good as it gets. And then, somewhere in the dark, a big take. The rod feel almost electrified. It's another magnificent catch, a hybrid between a salmon and sea trout. This sure is an amazing fish, about 7 kilo pure silver. It almost took my breath away. It don't get any better than this. So when darkness falls over the Mörrum River, be sure that your hooks are well sharpened, because nighttime is the right time in the quest for the silver. It's early in the evening and there is still a few hours left before darkness. Fish on! It's yet another incredible fresh round sea trout. Typical trout rolls right there. No problem, landed the fish. And look at that, what can I say? I'm speechless. And gently, back where it belongs. There was already a guy in the pool, so I tried the opposite bank. It turned out to be the right decision. It took me only 3 minutes to hook a fish. And more typical sea trout rolls. It's an astonishing beautiful sea trout, straight up from the Baltic Sea. See you next year. I'm approaching one of my favorite spots. I'm always on my toes here. Yes! It might even be a big one. I moved upstreams, where it's easier to land the fish. Wow, look at that! A perfect 360. The landing was a piece of cake, and it's yet another fantastic sea trout. This summer, you might say, I really was in the right place at the right time, and I feel very privileged to have experienced that. And by the way, I caught some big salmons too, but that is a different story.